In this course, we're going to be working with an app that tracks the total amount of articles on the site. To start off, we'll track just the amount of Flutter articles on the site. Later, we'll be tracking articles in 3 categories: Flutter, Android, and iOS. Although as a learning project, I suggest you try to add another category after this course. The app itself is pretty bare bones. Each image is a button that, when pressed, increases the total articles for that category. Opening up the app, you'll see a bunch of code already written that has set up the app. In the lib folder, main.dart sets up the general user interface. The body of the scaffold creates a tutorials page widget. This widget lays out all the pillars, that is, Flutter, Android, and iOS. As mentioned, when we start this course, we'll be using one pillar, but in later episodes, we'll be using many different pillars. This page also prints out the total amount of tutorials. Finally, we have the tutorial widget that displays the inkwell button and the article count. The button doesn't do anything yet. Tapping it just prints a message to the console. So that covers all the aspects of the user interface. Now for the actual data. This is contained in the models folder. This folder contains a file called pillar.dart. This file contains 2 types of objects. We'll start at the bottom of the file and move upwards. First, there's a pillar type enumeration. This pillar takes advantage of Dart's upgraded enumerations. It has 2 properties, one for the image name and the other for the background color. Then it defines 3 different categories: Flutter, Android, and iOS. The pillar class itself contains an article count getter as well as a property that contains a pillar type. Finally, there is a method that increases the total article count. We'll use this model class as our data, that is, our state, and we'll make sure our user interface reflects this state with each UI rebuild. And we'll get started with updating state with the first tool in our toolbox: set state.